Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Jeff. I'm going to take you through assembling and spooling a conventional reel on the HD140 Linewinder. Let's get started. We've taken our machine out of the box and we've set it on a level, sturdy surface, and we're going to go through and assemble the parts as they came out of the box. First thing we're going to do is take off the hand knobs off of the rear bracket that are held on by a T-nut. Then we're going to take the rear spool holder and we're going to put it right on top of the rear bracket. The first knob is going to hold this whole mechanism in place. We're going to put this clamp over top, put in our second knob, and a T-nut on the back. This is the level wind pulley, and it's the next step in assembly. On the front bracket, we're going to remove this set screw. Just simply put it through the assembly, and it threads right into that front bracket. The first step in spooling the conventional reel is to take the L-bar and put it in the right hole, which is the high torque drive shaft hole. The next step is putting your conventional reel on the reel bar into these new clamps that Triangle has perfected. They simply tighten the reel down with the use of this knob, and it's important that you don't over tighten the knob, putting pressure on the reel. It could cause damage to the reel. Now we can go ahead and plug the machine in. Now that I have the machine plugged in, I have the foot pedal on the floor in front of me. We're going to take a look at the switch that operates the machine. It comes standard on the gearbox and has a forward and reverse orientation and also an off position in the center. Any conventional reel that you're going to use on the machine is going to switch to the forward position, which is going to turn the L-bar in a counterclockwise position. Once I get the switch on and the reel is centered with the L-bar lined up with the gear shaft at the reel handle, I always like to just put a little bit of speed on the pedal and rotate the reel around to make sure that it doesn't wobble. Next, we're going to take the spool of line and put it on the bulk spool arm, and we're going to pull back the line counter arm so that the spool goes all the way up onto the shaft here. Then we're going to take the locking collar and we're going to put it right on the end of the shaft to keep the spool of line from backing off. That has a nice thumb screw there we can tighten up. It's important that the line comes off the bottom of this spool so that the rotation of the line off the spool goes onto the reel in the same way. I like to tie a uni knot on the spool of the conventional reel, and I always do that while the reel is in free spool so that when I pull down on the knot to snug it down tight, the spool of the reel rotates around with the knot and it tightens it up. Then you can put the reel back into the strike position. Trim off our tag end of line. After the knot is tied onto the reel, we're going to go ahead and put the line through the level wind pulley on the front of the machine and make sure that the line counter is zeroed out. The line counter measures in tenths of a yard, and the little button here will reset it to 0. Now, making sure the reel is in the strike position on the drag, we're going to keep tension on the spool of line. This can be done with or without a glove. If you're going to put a lot of pressure on the reel, I would recommend using a cotton glove as it does get hot on your hand. You always want to remember to start the machine out slow, and you can always increase the speed as you become more comfortable while running the line on the reel. It's important to remember to keep even, firm pressure with your right hand on the spool and level wind the line back and forth across the width of the reel with your left hand. The HD140 line machine comes with a set screw on the level wind pulley to keep the pulley from going too far left or right. You can control that movement by just tightening or loosening this set screw. When your reel is full, you can pull some slack out of the line and use the line cutter that comes with the machine to cut the line. And then I take a rubber band and tie it on the end of this before finishing the project. Now that the reel is spooled, we can turn the machine to the off position and we can remove the reel from the reel bar. Simply back the knob off, the reel will slide off. Thanks for tuning in, and congratulations on the purchase of your HD140 Linewinder. If you have any questions or concerns, call Bob at the factory, 201-699-4228, or you can always email him at linewinders@trianglesport.com. Thanks again. Remember, happy fishing and tight lines.